And welcome to segment 4 of Possibilities with Dr. Ada Cullen, coming to you from WCOBM right here in hot Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment capital of the world. If you just tuned in, Possibilities is a show that features conversations with people of all ages and from all walks of life who believe, achieve, and live their dreams. Now, as I was reminded by my wonderful guest from segments 2 and 3, I think I might have transposed a couple of letters when I was giving you her website. So it is www.enchantedforestreiki.com. I'm going to spell it. ENCHANTedForestreiki.com. And if you go back to segments 2 and 3, you will see that crawler flashing across the screen with the correct spelling. So again, check it out because, hey, I can't say enough about it. It's wonderful. Personal testimony. Now, reminder, if you want to take your event or business over the top, then go to my website at www.adacannon.com. Now, I can't transpose that because I've been living with that name too long, okay? And check out the great advertising media packages you'll find there. No matter where you are or what your budget is, there's something there for everyone. And if you haven't already done so, become a friend of Possibilities by going to my Facebook page at facebook.com/Dr. Ada. And remember to like Possibilities because we like Possibilities, people who like us. Now, if you have been following my shows for this month, then you know that we have been looking at why so many people are turning away from mainstream medicine and turning to complementary and alternative medicine, CAM. And we've been talking about self-hypnosis. Due to the overwhelming positive feedback we've received, we're going to continue talking about that today, especially why so many people in America are doing this. Dr. Walter B. Hammond, a.k.a. the Silver Fox, welcome back to Possibilities.
Glad to be here, Dr. Ada, spelled with an H.
Okay, you can't get away with saying anything else because you got to go home with me. Okay, now you are a veteran business owner, computer specialist, poet, and author of the best-selling book, Poetry to Inspire Healing, Let Your Light Shine, available through Amazon.com. So if you haven't gotten your copy, run out and get it because I guarantee you will find a poem or affirmation that is appropriate for any trial or tribulation you're going through in your life. It will motivate you and it will help you to get a fantastic philosophy of life. So I commend it with you. And that again is Poetry to Inspire Healing, Let Your Light Shine, available through Amazon.com. And you are also the owner of your own business, Development of Relaxation Powers.
True.
So you have more than the average person has in terms of knowledge about self-hypnosis because that is your passion. That is your love, besides me. That was your first one.
After I retired, that's my passion, yes.
There you go. Now, over the past few weeks, we've talked in detail about your company and the services that you provide. You see, he's smiling because that's what a fox does. Okay. You have also taken us through a great progressive relaxation exercise, so I'll commend you to the archives to check that out because I had the privilege of being the subject for that. We've also talked about the different levels of the mind, that's MIND, about what we are, who we are, and about death. And all of these are topics that are covered during your 6-session Learn Self-Hypnosis class. And that's going to start on Tuesday, July the 12th through Saturday, July the 30th, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. People can get more information about that by calling you at 702-658-9682. That's 702-658-9682. As I'm speaking, you should see a crawler going across the screen with that information. They can also go to www.adacannon.com or they can go to our Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Ada. That's DRADA with an H. Now, Dr. Hammond, let's continue our conversation about what people can expect when they come to your class. I understand that one of the greatest stressors in life, especially when it comes to the family and married couples, is how to manage money, specifically how to create a budget that works. So, do you talk about this during your class?
Yes, I do. In fact, I tell my students, if they don't know how or have not had a budget, that after the class, that I will tell them to bring what to bring, and I will sit down and help them to make a budget. No charge.
No charge for that.
No charge.
No charge for that. Okay, so if a person would need additional time outside of the 6-session class,
Yes.
you could schedule that with them. They could bring this information, and you would help them to develop a budget that
Correct.
works.
Takes about 2 to 2.5 hours when they bring the information that I tell them.
Okay, is there an extra charge for that?
No, only if you're not my student. Oh, I'd like to add one thing that Debbie mentioned about Reiki. Self-hypnosis can get you in a deeper meditative state for Reiki in some other alternative medicines.
Okay, so it is an adjunct
It's an adjunct, right?
to
I
all of
wanted
these
to
things.
mention
Yeah.
that, since
Yeah.
Debbie was so informative
Wasn't she, though?
about Reiki, right?
Wow, I'd love to have her come back. You know, before we talked about all the different kinds of problems and conditions that self-hypnosis can address. It can address things like surgery, psychotherapy, phobias, dentistry. If you're allergic to any medication, this could be a fabulous way to deal with that. Smoking cessation, pain control, headaches, facial neuralgia, arthritis, burns, childbirth, day-to-day difficulties like motivation. For any
Yeah.
students that are out there,
One
Great.
thing that amazes people when I tell them that since 1977, going to the dentist, I have not used Novocaine except twice. 2 dentists didn't believe me, but my dentist can attest that I have not used Novocaine. I actually go into the dentist's office with my jaw already anesthetized, using self-hypnosis and a technique called glove anesthesia, which if you ask a lot of anesthesiologists and doctors, they don't even know what I'm talking about. But they should know, but they don't.
they should, and that's a unfortunate commentary about the state of traditional medical practitioners, and why so many people are turning to alternative and complementary therapies.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Some dentists know that technique and will use it, but still a lot of them don't. And it's not hard to learn. And I teach that to my students.
Okay, so we are waiting for people to sign up for this 6-session Learn Self-Hypnosis class. It is starting Tuesdays and Saturdays, starting July the 12th through the 30th, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. The cost is $180 for all 6 sessions. That's the total cost. That will include 2 workbooks, and we have the 2 workbooks here. One is Self-Hypnosis Made Easy, Pain Control and Behavior Change. The other is Self-Hypnosis Made Easy, How To for Relaxation and Sleep. And you also have written a couple of other books that are additional books, not covered in the 180, but that are also available to the students.
Right. It's a book I call the I Principle. In fact, my students talked me into writing the book because I talk about things in that class that you may not hear about in schools. And I encourage my students to include some of the techniques in their philosophy of life and even cover students. And as Debbie mentioned, she mentioned metaphysics. And I cover and kind of an introductory to metaphysics. And metaphysics is the knowledge other than that of the physical, in a very short definition. And I cover that in there. And I cover basically what life is as God has created us, and also what death is as defined in the Bible, and also in the Edgar Cayce studies.
Now, I know next week we're going to have more time to talk in detail about any additional information that you want to share with the listeners about the class, but I want to encourage everyone. The class is filling up very quickly. If you want to take this class, either because you have issues now or you might anticipate that something's going to happen, because we never know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis in our lives. This is a good kind of class to have these skills developed, have them under your belt so you can use them when you need them. And again, the contact information is 702-658-9682, or you can go to www.adacannon.com, or you can go to facebook.com/Dr. Ada.
And it's limited to 5 to 8 people. That's
Yeah.
all. First 5 to 8 people that call in.
That's it. So get your name on the list. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the gift that keeps on giving, and I guarantee this is one of them. So I want to thank you for being on our show today. We'll hear more from you next week, and of course, you're my celebrity today and every day.
Right next to Debbie.
Right next to Debbie, but I go home with you. Okay. So I can't believe it. It's that time again. Go to the show archives at WCOBM.com. You have been listening every Thursday at 7 p.m. on whatever device you have that connects you with the internet, so that you could hear what we've been talking about. And you've been great by liking our show all of these weeks. Now, you've also been able to see some of the great blasts from the past by going to YouTube, by going to www.adacannon.com and facebook.com/Dr. Ada. Now, I want you to be on the lookout for this blog that I'm going to be developing in the very near future, and keep checking for progress updates and other tidbits about possibilities at facebook.com/Dr. Ada. And also remember to go to my website at www.drada.valentusmovie.com for information about how you can get extra energy, lose weight, and earn extra income by taking advantage of your spare time at home when you drink a wonderful tasting coffee, Valentus. And that is Valentus and Prevail Slim Roast Coffee. I drink it every day. I'm hooked on it, and it's great. If you want to learn more about it, then go back to segment 1 of today's show, and you can get some real insider information about what it's done and doing for me. Thanks to my special guest, Debbie Beach. I won't say Usui because that's her title. That's what she does. And Dr. Walter B. Hammond, who's a regular here on the show. And please don't miss next week's show, which is going to be on June the 30th. Next week will be our final show here at WCOBM. And I want everyone to know what the future holds for possibilities and how you can be a part of it. Until then, this is Dr. Ada, and I'll see you later.